Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth, and today we are in our November fall/Thanksgiving, which they basically go hand in hand. Thanksgiving is during the fall season, so we can use anything fall for Thanksgiving. We just change up the sentiment, and you know me, I'm not much of a sentiment on the outside kind of person, so your fall cards can be used for anything. You just put your sentiment either on the outside or on the inside to dedicate it to your specific needs. Now, last week we did a die cut multiple times. This week we're using this funky stamp that I bought, and I think I've used it once. This one is by Hero Arts. It's an old design, but any big, bold pattern, it can even be a stencil, anything fun, funky that you would like to use. And this kind of reminded me of like a basket weave. And you know, baskets, fall harvest, they kind of go hand in hand. Let's see, this says, S5885, 5-line background, okay? So we're going to use this, and today we're going to use Simon Hurley stamping foam, and I got the new stenciling mask, so I'll go through this step by step how one way you can use it, and that's the way we're going to use it today. And then to bring in some more fall element, I am using this old rubber stamp. I bought it to do wedding cards years ago. It's a beautiful stamp. It's by Stampendous, and it's all worn. I mean, you can't really see what it is. It's something pine, maybe Ponderosa pine, because I can see the ROSA pine, Ponderosa pine, maybe. Woo! Freak out the camera there. All right, so let's get started. We're going to need our positioning tool, either a positioning tool or a magnet to help hold things down, okay? Because this is bigger than our piece of paper. It has etched corners, and those etched little corners fit your A2 size panel. That is a 5.5 by 4.25. See, it lines up so perfectly with those little corner etches, which means this goes right in there, okay, and this goes right in there. So that's how that works. This is designed to take this right in the center, and then this would cover that up, and then you can do some ink blending and stuff around the edges, so you get a nice beautiful border. I'm just gonna get my magnet sheet by the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. No, I am not sponsored or affiliate. I just like it. It does its job. It works really good. Okay. So if I put that there and I line this up on my paper, okay, I can actually set the magnets on both. Okay. Just like so. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, which means this will stamp on the inside of this. And I love that there's hardly any room. If you've seen some of my videos, I did make... Oops, sorry guys. I'm being attacked. I did make my own little frame that sat inside the Misty, and then that stamped in between it. But this covers more area, and I like that you can hold things down. And of course, it's got the little etching corners. But if you don't have funds, you can make your own positioner. Just make a rectangle frame that your little stamp will stamp into. Okay. Okay, so I want the reverse of this. And in order to get the reverse, we're going to take our heat tool, and we're going to heat this up for 5 to 10 seconds, not very long, and then we're going to immediately flip and cover. Okay, so I got an okay pattern. I don't like how it's really faded on the edge, so I'm just going to do it again, and I'm going to put more heat on the edges this time. Oh, that's much better. Much, much better. Okay, so we're going to set that because we're not done with that. And now we're going to take Woof. It's my light gray that I have. And I'm just going to tap it right onto the foam. Okay. Some colors do stain the foam, just like rubber stamps. It will not affect it. Okay. Unless you don't clean it all the way, and then you'll get a little different colors in your design. Okay, so I've inked it up. Looks pretty good, except there is a little black piece of fuzz right there. Okay, and then we're just going to position it right in our rectangle. Ooh, isn't that pretty? And it gave us this weird little fuzzy area. I'm okay with that. That is perfectly okay with me. Oops, oops, oops. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, before we take this off, let's get this in here. Okay. I'm going to pixie spray this. So when I set it in here, I don't have to tape it because we're going to stamp over it. So let me pixie spray that. We have our nice layer of pixie spray on there. We're just going to pop that right in there. And we can see through it, so that's even nice too. Okay. Oops. So we have that nice and snug on there. Check that out. Now we're going to go up a notch, and we're gonna go with Grr, which is a brown color. Let me clean this off though. I know I didn't stamp with it, but I want to make sure that it's clean because my Grr is a light color. Okay, I don't need it blending with anything. And then I'm just gonna add this lovely color. My mat is shedding. Okay, and these little fuzzies, okay, it's natural to happen on these felt pad. Now what you want to make sure as you're using them and you're rubbing them, if you get a little hair, okay, like this little guy here, and he's a little strong or long, yes, he's very strong little hair. If you get these hairs outside the container, then you close it, okay, this little hair is wicking away the ink. So if I put a piece of paper next to this and let it sit there for a couple of days, the piece of paper would saturate itself and be ruined, and you're sucking the life out of your stamp. So all felt. Be sure you do not have these little stragglers. Okay, you can just peel them right off, throw them away. Make sure they're never hanging outside your container because they will wick your ink away. Ask me how I know. Pull straight up. Ugh. I'm not sad. It's actually okay. See, there was a little spot right there. I'm actually okay. Now, you can see there's ink on that. So let's grab another sheet of paper and see if we can't pull some of that ink off. So I'm going to line these up. I'm at an angle, so the paper's not actually touching. It's only touching here in the corner or on the edge. Then I'm going to lay that down. smooth it out. Smooth that out. Oh, you guys, look at so wonderful. And it is a little crooked because, you know, whatever, but we can easily straighten that up, and I'll show you a little trick for that towards the end of this video. But look at that. Isn't that just fabulous? And we've literally just cleaned that, but I'm not going to wipe it off on here. I'm going to peel these apart. I might have put too much. I did. I put too much pixie spray on that. Oh, my bad. Okay. Ooh, look at it. Peeled the coating off of that. Interesting. Don't worry though. It's not going to affect anything. It's not ruined. It's just... it's going to look really well loved in a short period of time. Ooh. Well, this is actually live crafting, guys. I put way too much pixie spray on there, and now it's sticky. And then, of course, I have this glob of weirdness. Okay. So I'm just going to sit here and rub the pixie spray off. Okay, so I got all of this sticky off. So we can move it forward, and then we're going to take, we're going to have this go this way, and we're going to take this little guy right there, I think. Right there. Is that where I want that? I think I do. But before I do, I think I want to add some ink blending to this, because it is kind of white on white, and with our little bit of gray, which I love this. I'm not going to mess with that. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending. And what we're going to do is this. This should be good now. It's very low tack. We're going to put this on here. Okay, just like so. See, having that little spot there is not going to ruin it whatsoever. It's just a coating. Rusty hinge and a little bit of orange. We'll do some carved pumpkin, and then a little bit of cracked pistachio. I think that's going to be beautiful. Okay. A friend of mine, Ms. Tracy, she has a channel called Not Afraid of Color, and we all call her T, T-E-E, in the chats and everything. But she was so lovely and sent me this cooking mat that she cut a little chunk off for me. But it's a cooking mat that's sticky on both sides. And I have silicone mats, but they're not this sticky. I mean, this thing is, my little doggy hairs stick to it like crazy. But we can put our card on and it doesn't move. Check that out. Let me grab this and I'll show you. And look at, do you see that? It's not even moving, guys. So we're gonna add our orangish brown color. Okay. And if it's too orangey, like I'm feeling a little too orangey, I'm just gonna come in with a darker brown. In this case, I just grabbed ground espresso. Okay. Now I'm going to peel this off my mat. See how easy it comes up too? It's not like stuck there forever. And now I'm just going to put it at an angle, like a 30, 40 degree angle, because I want it to come over the edge a little. So we're just going to add that darkness and like scoop it off the page. Just like so. Oh yeah, that's what it needed. Just a little bit of darkness. And we're going to add a little bit more right there. Right there. Do whatever you want. I mean, we're grunging it up. Ooh, look at that. Okay, now when we peel our lightly sprayed, see, this isn't sticky no more. It does have a little bit of residue right there. That's all right. We'll just get that off of there. That hurts my fingers. I'm not sure which. Okay. Now we can take our stamp, and this has got a little bit of give, so that should be all right. We're going to take our stamp right here. Or maybe at an angle. Yeah, I think I'm going to go at an angle. And I'm going to do this jet black. Okay. And why I'm doing it jet black, we have a light, medium, dark. Okay. A little formula for you. Light, medium, and dark. If you want to use multiple colors, okay. Just look at that. How easy, you guys. Oh. And this little frame is freaking adorable. All single layer. No pops, no nothing, you guys. We slap this on a card and we can put it in the post. Normal postage. Okay, and you can decide if, oh yeah, see, you can decide if you want a white trim. This time I'm thinking no. I'm thinking we're just going to put this right on there. Look at that. And then you open it up. Happy fall. Happy Thanksgiving. Thinking of you. Thank you. A fall thank you. Possibilities. Beautiful. Look at. And we do have a little bit of a white strip up there. You can trim that off with your trimmer or scissors. I'm not going to worry about it. It's just a sliver. I might just blend it a little so it's not so stark white. Okay. Because this is a 120-pound cardstock. And if I cut it doubled up like this through the trimmer or open it and trim it, I might miss. But yeah, look, I just blended it back. No big deal. But look at that. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. If this inspires you to get crafty, please be sure to hashtag Chat with Sassy on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to see what you create. You can also join our Facebook group, Chat with Sassy's Crafty Friends, and post pictures there. And remember, we're not just a card making community. I have multiple crafts. I haven't done a lot of them, but when I do, I'm going to also share those in the group. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. If you want to cut your design straight, because we know we've made it crooked, it's a little bit wider here than it is here, we're going to use our cutting platform and its guides. Now, we're not going to use the straight ledge at the top or the bottom, because if we do, we're still going to be cutting crooked. What we're going to do is we're going to use the edge of our guide and place our design parallel to that guide. Okay. And as you can see, this is hanging off and this is not. So in order for this to be straight, I do need to push it just a little bit more so that both ends are off the cutting blade. Okay. Because if I don't do that, it's going to be wonky on one end. So I've got it looking pretty parallel. Okay. And you can see it's way off. But I'm just going to chop down. Okay. Now I'm going to remember how far this line is from this guide, because that's what I'm measuring up to. Okay, this side is now straight. I'm going to flip that side up to my flat cutting surface. And I'm going to slide my paper. See, here's my little guide that I'm following. So I'm going to slide that up right to it, but not too close, because remember, it wasn't quite touching on my first cut. So I'm just going to cut there. Now this side is straight, so I'm going to shove that right there. I'm going to make sure that that was pretty good flip, that it's lined up but not touching. And again, nice and straight, flip. Now see, that is too far, so I need to back it up a bit. There we go. And now we have a perfectly straight rectangle on our rectangle. Isn't that lovely? Ugh, easy peasy. And of course, if you want it skinnier, you can use your guide. So I use the outside of this one. So now I'm going to use the outside of this one. So you can really customize your border. Chop, flip, same guide, chop, flip, and there's no measuring. If I can avoid measuring, let me tell you, I do. And now I have a thin white border all the way around, and yes, you could measure, and I can see that that one is just a little bit too wide. I'm just going to send that right back through and be happy with that. Pretty clever. So use your tools, and they'll help you. They will help you do fabulous.